How veganism benefits the environment? This question arises in minds of many people, be it some non-vegans or even vegans themselves. Everyone wants to know how exactly veganism is bringing a positive impact on the environment and this planet. With every passing year, drastic changes can be observed in our environment. And one could say that the majority would start promoting the concept of veganism in near future. Day by day, several problems related to the purity of the feed of animals and the declining health status of animals are being recorded on a greater scale. Hence, a time when people should start living solely on green vegetables and plants is finally here. Who knew giving up animal-based products could make this planet a safer and more secure place to live in? Let's explore how being a vegan can play a significant role in improving the environment around us. Stay with us till the end of the video to know about the top 10 veganism benefits. First benefit is that it reduces greenhouse gas emissions. Nitrous oxide and others are heavily influenced by the animal breeding industry. Animal digestion, animal waste breakdown, and the energy required to create animal feed are all sources of these emissions. These processes can't be eliminated either, as each one of them is crucial to the establishment of animal agriculture. In contrast, there are fewer greenhouse gas emissions produced during the production of animal-free substitutes. Vegans can lessen their carbon footprint and the damaging effects of animal agriculture on the environment by making plant-based food choices. Benefit number 2 is that it helps in the preservation of natural resources. Large amounts of land, water, and other resources are needed for animal farming to provide shelter, pasture, feed, and many other related things for animals. As a result, natural resources like water, soil, and forests may be overused and polluted. If these natural resources are depleted in any form, we all are aware of what comes next: destruction. However, the concept of veganism preserves these natural resources by neither wasting nor polluting them. A small quantity of these resources is enough to nourish and grow plants, which also contributes to reducing our carbon footprint. The third benefit is the protection of wildlife. Listing down another con of animal agriculture, it may harm biodiversity. The invasion of non-native species that can rival with or attack native species, added to the loss of habitat for wild animals. These are all consequences of large-scale animal farms and production. Let's consider a scenario here. In order to graze the animals, the land has to be first cleared. During this process, it can disturb the wildlife that existed there and ruin the natural ecosystems. However, veganism can enhance biodiversity by lowering the demand for animal products and the stress placed on the environment. This way, the crops and land can continue to take whatever shape they naturally do without causing any hindrance to the existing wildlife there. It's quite unfair to deprive animals of their habitat after all, right? Benefit number 4, it helps to save water. Water is heavily used in the animal agriculture industry. Well, that was quite obvious. The production of animal feed, meeting the needs of the animals and cleaning everything require tons of water. Production of 1 kilogram beef in total requires 15,000 liters of water, while for 1 kilogram of vegetable, it's just 322 liters. Insane, isn't it? Additionally, if we were to talk about the waste material that is generated from them, animal feces can contaminate water sources. Since growing plants does not waste water, especially through advanced hydroponics and aeroponics techniques, and manufacturing plant-based substitutes typically require less water to manufacture, going vegan can help save us this crucial source of life. Let's not bring the world to a point where even drinkable water could become hard to find. Benefit number 5 is that veganism leads to a reduction in deforestation. You must have never thought about all the cons that come along with relying on animal agriculture. Well, it doesn't end here. Deforestation and degradation are also a result of this culture. The land is frequently cleared to the growth of crops, like corn and soybeans, in order to create animal feed. As trees are taken down to make space for agricultural land, as well as to build other animal-related industries, this may result in excessive deforestation. Who isn't possibly aware of all the disadvantages of deforestation? One can imagine the worst-case scenario if the world was to face a shortage of trees. Additionally, the grazing of livestock in the area can degrade the soil and cause erosion. Veganism can aid in easing the stress on the environment and decreasing the negative effects of animal agriculture by lowering the demand for animal products. Benefit number 6, it helps to improve air quality. As we are aware that major greenhouse gases like methane are emitted in large quantities when one observes animal agriculture. Therefore, there is no doubt that the air gets polluted because of this process. Moreover, manure and carcasses from slaughtered animals are just 2 of the waste products produced by animal agriculture. This junk has the potential to contaminate water supplies and worsen air pollution. Many consequences of air pollution are also faced by humans in forms of allergies, cough, or sometimes even cancer. Becoming a vegan can rescue the environment from this big trouble. The 7th benefit is that it reduces soil erosion. According to studies that were based in the US, the organic carbon content of the soil has decreased by as much as 60%. This is a result of industrialized agriculture and the resulting loss of forest areas. In addition to causing soil erosion, cutting off trees from the land does not magically allow the new grass to restore the soil's mineral content. It can't be the same anymore. Adopting the vegan lifestyle allows us to free up land that would have been utilized for animal agriculture, hence giving it time to gradually return to its natural, rich form. Benefit number 8. Reduces water pollution. Due to the massive amounts of animal dung, livestock production can contribute to water contamination. Not to forget the bacteria, hormones, and other potentially dangerous elements resulting from the waste material. This garbage can also harm aquatic life and affect human health, as it can enter water systems through runoff, leaching, and other methods. These big quantities of animal waste can have a disastrous impact on our oceans. The multi-billion-dollar global meat business, which also includes the fishing industry, pollutes and destabilizes our waters. By avoiding eating fish and other animals, we can prevent these businesses from destroying our oceans and give undersea ecosystems a chance to stabilize and recover. The second last, or benefit number 9, is protection of endangered species. When the meat industry destroys forests to make room for cattle and farmland, it doesn't simply kill the trees. It also removes habitat for numerous species that depend on forests for their survival. They consider it to be their home. Deforestation causes species to lose their habitats and the resources they require to survive, which causes populations to slowly decline, sometimes to the point of extinction. Not only is the dodo bird a perfect example of how all the factors led to the extinction of a beautiful and innocent species, the role that veganism can play here is that by abstaining from eating meat and lowering the demand for it, we remove the motivation for the meat industry to destroy forest habitats for its production, preserving not only farm animals but also conserving wild species. Let's just say being a vegan can save up to hundreds and thousands of innocent lives. The last but not least, benefit number 10, is veganism improves food security. 8.9% of the world's population experiences food insecurity and undernourishment as a result of our present food system. More people might lose access to the nutritious food they require for survival because soil degradation and climate change could further upset global agricultural production. In terms of feed conversion, animal agriculture might be less effective than plant-based agriculture, which means that more resources are required to generate a given number of animal-based products than plant-based products. As a result, resources may be used less effectively, which could increase food insecurity. Plants, once again, win over animals here as well. Being a vegan provides one with more food security because it's easier and a better option to consume food directly by utilizing or processing the crops rather than first feeding the crops to animals and then using them to meet food requirements. Veganism can have additional positive effects in addition to environmental ones, such as enhancing animal welfare and human health. The environmental advantages of veganism can, however, vary depending on a variety of factors, such as how the plant-based substitutes are grown and distributed. Our Earth is suffering because of the flaws in our food system. However, we have the ability to change that and develop a food system that is more sustainable for people, the environment, and all living things. The single biggest thing we can do to lessen our individual environmental effects is to stop eating animals. And while it may not address all the world's issues, it does contribute to reducing many threats that may result due to blindly following animal agriculture. If you want to explore veganism and know about it more, then you really need to explore and subscribe to our channel. Veganism awaits you!